Why is it still playing? Hello, everybody. Good morning. All right, we got to delete it from over here. All right, there we go. Don't know why that was still on. Good morning, everybody. How are you guys doing this good old Monday morning? It is time to learn how to design in Silhouette Studio based off of your design questions. So I started doing this month where instead of just doing a regular random Q&A, we focus on designing in Silhouette Studio and on specific designs. So I ask that you guys submit your your suggestions, something that you have been wanting to learn how to design. If it's something that I am able to do here, I don't already have like a major video for it, I'm going to answer. So I don't, if it's like a full on, it's going to take like an hour or so to design. We don't do those. Anything that I can show you quickly to help you understand these silhouettes a little bit more is what we do during these sessions. So if this is something that you are interested in, you are in the right place. Thank you guys so very much for joining me this morning. And I want to make sure that you guys can hear me. Right. So just go ahead and give me the thumbs up if you guys can hear me, or let me know, hey, we hear you loud and clear, because y'all know go crazy when it comes to my microphone. And I'll sit here looking all excited and talking to y'all and no audio. All right. So yes, if this is what you're interested in, stick around, drop your questions and your suggestions in the comment section. We are designing strictly from Silhouette Studio. Oh, loud and clear. Thank you so very much. So we're designing strictly from Silhouette Studio. And I'm going to get rid of a file over here. Sure, why not? All right. So good morning. I see hellos and good mornings. I was taking care of some business on my end, so I started a little bit late. So I'm not going to go through all of the good mornings, but I see you all there. Hello. Good morning. So today's live broadcast is brought to you by the letters H, S, I, N, K, and the numbers 36. Is our product. Well, actually, we're going to go like this. Our product line. Wait. Let's see. This way, like that. Haha. So this is this way to point to that. Or right there, honestly speaking, we sell sublimation ink, sublimation paper, pigment ink, chip resetters, templates, template. Well, we will have transfers as well for those who want already printed transfers on honestly speaking paper. So we will have that also. But all of that can be found on our website, which we have made it so much easier for you guys to find. I know y'all love me as a professor of Silaholics Anonymous, and that's a name that, most people can remember because it's so unique, but it is a lot harder to type out because it's so long. So we did make it where it's a lot easier for you guys to find the channel as well as refer it to others. So www.hsink365, that's always the numbers. Our live broadcasts are brought to you by, so why not make it our official website address? So hsink365.com is where you can find all of our INKCREDIBLE products. All right, so let's go ahead and get into this and see what questions you guys have for me this morning. Okay, so I do see someone that says mine is not out of the box. Well, you don't have to have your machine out of the box. Silhouette Studio, you have to think of it as a standalone program. It's no different than Illustrator, Affinity Designer, Affinity Photo, Corel Draw, Inkscape, GIMP, Photoshop, like all those different things. It's just a standalone program when it comes to Silhouette Studio. The machine is something totally different. You don't have to have a machine in order to use Silhouette Studio. You can download and install the free version, or you can upgrade to Designer or to Business Edition to unlock additional features within the program. So never think that you have to purchase a Cameo in order to learn the program. Consider them to be two separate entities, because once you learn to design, cutting from it and understanding your cut settings and things like that, that's a totally different beast. I will say I more so focus on the design part than it is like the silhouette part on most of my videos. Okay. I want to do a simple logo. All you have to do is just type out your name, choose a font. I think people overthink when it comes to putting something together. There is, like someone says, a simple logo. A simple logo is simply typing out your name. That is a simple logo. Adding elements to it, what represents your brand. I did a whole class on creating a logo. We started with text and then I added different. So like the first part of that, we just started with, I think it was like created by Tiffany or something like that, because that was someone that was in the class. And then it evolved from that where we added stars. We use edit points. So I showed how it can evolve, but you start with the base of your design by just, let me put my phone on do not disturb. Alrighty, there we go. But you're starting out with text. Same thing, people say, I want to learn how to make an SVG. Start out with text. How it looks comes off of your creativity, whether or not you align something to the left, align, if you stack it, if you make the top line thin, you make the middle line wider, if you put any type of like warping on it. That's all it takes to make an SVG. I think sometimes you guys overthink it. You just start out with text. Anything that you type in a vector-based program, which Silhouette Studio is, it's a vector. And SVG stands for Scalable Vector Graphic. SVG is not a type of design, it's an extension. You know, same way you have like a Word file, it has, you know, like DOC on the end, DOCX, an Excel file, a Photoshop file. Like it's just an extension, you know, a PNG file, a JPEG file. But a vector file can be an SVG, a DXF, an EPS, an Illustrator file. Like it can be all of those things. Thank you for sharing. Thank you. And yes, make sure that you guys hit the like button as well as the share button. Let's see. I'm not sure how you can't find that, Deidre. All you have to do is go to my YouTube channel. And it's there. Like I have a video, it's under quick tips and things like that. I've shown it a couple of times. So if you ever want to know how to do something, the best way to search YouTube to see, especially see if I did a video for it, type in Silaholics Anonymous and then whatever your keyword is. But we can go over here real quick and show you that. I do not recommend just adding a bunch of colors to your palette. If you are working on something specific, so if you, especially if you have like your branded color, like your brand colors and things like that, if you're working on like a specific design or you want to create a gradient, that's the only time I add to my color palette. But I don't just randomly like put colors, or I don't have my entire color chart in the color palette. So let me find my color charts. Here they are. So let's say I'm designing and I'm going to come back over here real quick. And let's say I want this version of yellow, right? So I'm looking at this. I'm about to design. I'm like, okay, this is the color. Once it's printed out, this is the color of yellow I want. When you are in Silhouette Studio, you're going to select, we're going to just make a box here. And I'm going to come over to the color palette right here. And hold on one second. Let me do this. Hold on. Let's see. Adding colors to fill panel. Okay, so that's what we're doing here. So we're going to go to where it says advanced options right here where the hashtag is. I'm going to type that in. It is FFEA00. So now that's that yellow. If I want to add it to a color palette, I'm just going to go down to the bottom one here, and you would name your palette, and then the names always show up. If you hover over your palette, the names will pop up. But once you have it here, you just hit the plus sign. And now, and it doesn't matter which one you add it to. Now it's added to your color palette. You do have to have version 4. I think this came in maybe all before version 4, But I know definitely 4.3. So if you're using an older version and you don't have this option, like in 4.1, 4.0, then you'll have to upgrade in order to get this function. If you have like a design that you want to sample colors from. So I'm going to go down here for this Cocomelon one that we were working on. So let's say I want the exact colors, like, you know, I'm working on a Cocomelon party. I want the exact colors that are here. Same thing. Only difference is I'm going to make my box. I'm going to use the color dropper from right here. I'm going to sample a color from this image, and I'm going to make a couple of these. So then I'm going to sample like his green. Let's sample the green. He has a couple different greens in his shirt because it's camo. All right, so we're going to go there. Let's sample the green that's there. Let's sample the color of the dino. I said the color of the dino. Okay. And then let's just say I wanted to kind of grab a bit of his skin tone as well, right? So now I'm going to come over here and I'm going to go Cocomelon Cody. And then I'm just going to hit enter. So this is Cocomelon Cody. I'm going to click here and add it. I'm going to move this over real quick so I can have it closer. Click on this one, plus this one, plus this one, plus. I've never tried this. Oh, it did. So actually, I didn't have to do that. I could actually select all of them. So I'm going to just add another one. You know, I've never tried that before. So just select them all and hit the plus sign, and they'll all go in. And then to get rid of one, right click, delete, delete. All right. So that's how you do that. Okay, let's see. Yes, I have that. That's what you're asking, and I've had that video up for a while. Let's see. My friend sending me her Silhouette 3 because my 2 is kaput. Oh no. Would something like this be easy to make in Silhouette using something like what? I'm not sure. What you're talking about, what I have on the screen? The Cody? Would something like this be easy to make in Silhouette using what is HT or easy subly for Thanksgiving? Colors are green, but what is white? You're on YouTube, so I'm not sure if you're trying to send me a picture. You would have to email that to me in order for me to see that. So you can email it to me. Let me find so I can put it on the screen. There we go. It's going across the bottom. You just make a box. It's over here. Your shape tool is over here. So it can be anything. It can be a box. It can be a circle. It can be a star. It can be, you already had an apple on the screen. You had a butterfly on the screen. Any shape. Thank you so much, Four Corners, for the super sticker. Appreciate it. All right, let me check my email to see if anyone has sent any designs for today. All right, so nope, I don't see an email right now. So there is the email if you guys would like to submit your designs. This is still Q&A style. I just focus more so on like specific designs that you guys have saw, certain techniques that you guys are trying to learn, but it's still more Q&A style. I don't come on here to openly teach anymore. That is what my memberships are for. So whenever I come on live, if you guys don't ask any questions, this is going to be one boring video. I have a lot of content, 7 years of content where I've just kind of chose designs, and I have all that stuff on my YouTube channel. I really won't be doing too much more of that because whenever I do those and I'm planning out classes and designing techniques, that is strictly for those who are in my membership programs for designing in Silhouette Studio. So I come on to do the live Q&As to go off of what you guys want to learn. You guys don't ask any questions, I will slowly stop doing these. Good morning. All right. Let's see. I guess everyone can use Silhouette except me. You definitely can't use it. You have to actually go into the program. It's not something, a lot of people think that, okay, I'm going to open it. All right, I should know what to do. That's not going to happen. If you're not taking the time to go in there, not trying to design when you have a project to do. You can do very simple things. If you want to just create a logo, create something like that, you're just going to go in there and type. It's really okay, so I'm going to combine, like you asked about yours, she asked about how to curve text. So let's go over here and do that, right? So we're going to come over here, I'm going to move this. You want to create a logo, she wants to learn how to create text. I don't know what your business name is. I'm just going to go off of your last name, and we're going to take off the ticker at the bottom, and we're going to go edit curve text logo. All right, so that's what we're going to work on. I'm going to zoom in here. You initiate your text by clicking on the A on this side, clicking on the screen. It was already blinking, so there. So we're going to go SINDY. All right, and I'm going to fill it with color. Just going to pick any color. You come to the A on this side, and you will choose a font. All right. We want to curve this. We're going to go grab a circle here from the shape tools. I'm going to hold down shift. Oops, wrong thing. I didn't select the circle. So come over here, select the circle. I'm going to just make an oval. So I'm not doing a full on circle. It's up to you on the shape that this is. And then we're going to double click on it. Grab this white circle here, bring it down. It's now curved. I'm going to move it off. If I wanted it to curve more, I'm going to bring this in. And it's going to curve on there more. Don't really care for how that looks. I'm going to take it off. Stretch this a little bit. Bring it down. Okay, so it's still kind of spacey. I can either move in my character spacing, but it's going to make where those are kind of close, but then this one is far away. So we're going to lock it in by going ungroup, and then I'm going to move the Y over. So Cindy, and I'm going to come over here again, and I'm just going to type out Cindy Shep, and then let's just do another one. Let's go designs. We're going to make that some sort of script font. Okay, why are you acting crazy? While that's trying to figure, my Silhouette Studio is acting crazy. I'm not going to stop teaching. I'm just not going to do as many free live videos. I teach every week in my academy. All right, so let's just go with that one. All right, Cindy Shep. Let's go with all caps. And I'm going to just choose a different font. Let's go back up here. I don't like that one. Let's see. Picking fonts is always the hardest part. And finding stuff that matches, just kind of go through. This is how I design. I don't always have like this pre-design, like already done up in my head. I'm just gonna, this is not like, I mean, the greatest, but I'm just gonna do this like this. Design. I'm gonna take all of this part to bring it to the front. Let's see. Let's select this all and convert it to path. And well, this part here, I actually should weld it. And you can add whatever colors to you want to it. It's done. Like, it doesn't have to be this grandiose type deal. You just want something to start with. If you just want to kind of have it, and that's the other thing too. I mean, even for like, if you just want something to identify your business name, just kind of get it out there. I have to do that with a project that I'm coming up with. What I'm about to partner with someone with. I don't have the full on logo yet. We just have the name. I'm just going to create something in text that you identify the name. Everyone isn't really made to design logos. Like, that's the honest truth. You want to be able to, I want to create a simple logo. Well, you can create your own. You can create your own simple logo with just text. Now, if you're wanting all this other stuff, if that's not your skill level, it's not your skill level. It is perfectly fine to have someone design it for you. Just because you are a crafter doesn't mean that you have to be a designer. Not every crafter is a designer. Not every designer is a crafter. You have to know your strengths and your weaknesses and when you have to outsource things. So now if you want something that has this icon, this logo, you want special effects, you want to do this and do that. If that's not where you're at, express those ideas to someone who can make that design come to life for you. But for you and how you're starting out, you just want something to watermark with. Just use regular basic text. You don't have to be married to the font. You don't have to be married to it. Until you're ready to fully like launch, brand, market. A lot of the times people will go and they'll create these logos and they don't even understand their brand. And it just doesn't work. But we're not going to talk about that because I can get into that. And this is about designing in Silhouette Studio. I have YouTube videos for everything. So there's nothing that's in order. You just have to go through the videos. There's no such thing as a real start point, because if you wanted to trace something for your logo, you may start with a tracing video. If you wanted to just know how to do text, you're going to go to that. The best way to learn, like from start to finish, is to join my membership or at least purchase Essentials to Silhouette Studio, because that's going to go through all of like the icons in Silhouette Studio. So that's the best way to start learning. Can I design inside of Silhouette Studio and upload to Cricut? Yes, you would have to save it as an SVG if you want to be able to cut it. Yes, definitely overthink things too much. You want to weld script fonts so that it doesn't cut in between it. Can you group it just for printing purposes? Yes. But when it comes to your logo, you want to be able to cut it. Most people want to be able to cut it as well with vinyl. So if you don't weld it, when you go to cut it, it's going to cut into the mid, like wherever the letters overlap, it's going to make a cut there as well. This is not what this live is about. This is not a general Q&A, Miss Williams, so I won't be able to answer that in this live. All right. Well, I don't see any questions and new questions asked. Okay, well, someone just said how to remove the background. Have you tried remove.bg for this? And is this something that I can show on screen? Because it looks like it's for someone's maternity pictures. So I want to make sure that I am able to share this on screen. If I cannot share something on screen, guys, please don't send it to me. You'll have to email me for a personal session, although I'm not doing any this week. But if I can share it on the screen, let me know. And that was from, I don't know who sent that to me. It says DC. I have no idea the full name of it, but it was someone named DC. And let me know if I'm able to share that on the screen. So SVG files are for cutting. SVG files are for cutting layers and PNG files. I'm not sure what you mean by and for PNG files. So SVG just means it's a vector file. Like Cricut Design Space will not read a complex, like it's a kind of a simplified version of a vector file. So Cricut Design Space will not read like EPS. They don't think you can all open up DXF files. So it's just a file extension, scalable graphic. That's what it means. It's not always just for cutting. Because the sections are already broken up, it allows for you to easily change those colors. That is what a vector file is. SVG is just a way, like certain programs read certain versions of vector files. Like I said, you have EPS, you have files, you have DXS, you have CAD cuts, you have SVG, I think I said DXF, even PDFs. If you design in Silhouette Studio and save it as a PDF, it's going to open up in other programs as a vector file. If as a cut, like it's going to be where it has paths around it. If you design it in Illustrator, Corel Draw, those are going to be vector files. Even anything you design, let's say in Illustrator, and you save it as AI, that's vector. You save it in Corel Draw, CDL, that is a vector file. Does Silhouette Studio have templates such as plates? No. I mean, they probably have like certain, like if someone like, it's not like Cricut Design Space where Cricut themselves put out like all of these, I think like different like templates and stuff. You can probably go and search their design store for people who have made them. But when you say plates, what do you mean as far as like plates? Like for sublimation, just to have the circle to know where to put things at? The difference between PNGs and JPEGs, a lot of the time it is about like the size of it. But the main thing when it comes to PNG and JPEG is PNG allows you to save with a transparent background. With JPEGs, you will never ever be able to save with a transparent background. If when you design, let's say you have a box and you only have a heart in the middle, as a JPEG, if you save that box that's around it will automatically become white. if it is saved as a PNG, it's going to give you the option to either have a colored background, i.e. white, or have a transparent background. JPEGs will never give you that option. So that's like the simple difference in the two. If you have something that is solid, it's just a it's cloud, it's a skyline, it's a digital paper. There's no purpose in saving that as a PNG because that is a completely filled shape. So there's nothing transparent about anything within there. So that's the crafter's version of the difference between a PNG and a JPEG. And I forgot to write that down, but that was on the screen. So let's see. Point edit letters in a shape. I don't get what you mean. Like, do you want to just change the edit points of a letter or change the edit points of a shape? Like, which one do you want me to show you? Because I don't understand what you mean as far as point edit letters in a shape. Because if it's a shape that's not a letter, or you trying to put a letter inside of a shape, you got to give me a little bit more on that one. Does one of your classes videos teach how to change text into a shape? What do you mean? Okay, so are you trying to like take a word and then make it into a circle, like to go around it? Like I have the monogram one on here that will show you how to stretch it. It all depends on what you're trying to do. There is one where it will envelope into it, which that's in Illustrator, Silhouette Studio to do that, but you can like crop things down to a shape if that's what you mean. Letters inside of a shape. Can you tell me a shape and a letter that you're trying to do? Because I'm still not quite understanding what it is that you're trying to do. Let's see. I tried several times to place wording around the edge of a double circle and place a design in the center circle. A double. So what so let me know though. You say you've tried several times, but what's happening so that I kind of know? Is it like a thick double line? Is it a thin one? Are you trying to just put it at the top? And when you say put the place design in the center of the circle, inside the ring, inside the middle, are you trying to get it where it's attached to the circle or just put it in the middle of the circle? Ooh, that's a good one. How do I drip text? Best way to do that is to find a drip a drip image. So let's just go paint drip clip art. Oh, well, actually quite a few of them came up here. So we're going to take this over here and let's go over to banners, drip text. All right. So you're going to go and search for some sort of drip or purchase a file that is drip. I'm going to see like all of these. None of these are free ones, which I can show on here. So let's see. Free pick. All right, perfect. So I'm going to copy this over to Silhouette Studio and paste. I'm going to trace this. So I'm going to go to my trace tool, select trace area, place my box. It's going to pick up on that black and just hit trace. I'm then going to come over here to my text and I'm going to type out drip. You can choose whatever font you want. And then, well, this part here, because they're all together, I'm going to release compound path. Now, to see if you like it before you commit to it, I'm going to select everything. I'm just going to make it one single color. And I'm going to remove the line color, actually make that a lighter color so you can see. So like that. And I'm going to remove the line color so it looks seamless. But you'll be able to design, well, kind of like mix and match and see if you want to change anything. So I'm going to take, well, let's also ungroup this so I can do each individual letter. So we're going to go like that, make this smaller. Actually, I'll probably squish that in, bring that down like that. Let's take this one, and if I don't want the rest, double click, add an edit point, select these points and delete point. Oops. Adjustment edit points. Here's that one. Do the same thing for the I. I can do the R the same way. I want to extend it. You can either extend it this way or you can use your edits. And this just allows me to see it before I commit to it. Those who are in my classes know I cannot stand to really stretch things. A lot of times it just changes the look of it and it drives me nuts. Double click, delete these points. Move these points over. This one. And then once I have it and I'm satisfied, I'm just going to hit weld. And now those drips are permanently a part of the letters. So that's how that one is done. Let's see. So double circle, not sure. I mean, if you have a circle, are you filling them with color to see how they're set up? So I have a circle here, and I'm just going to add another one here. If I want to add text to the outside, it has to be in text mode. You cannot, if you've already converted it to path, you will not be able to arch it directly around that shape. That's the thing that you have to remember. In order to curve text, it has to be in text mode. If it's no longer in text mode, if it's something that you have traced or anything like that, you then will have to have Business Edition or Designer Edition Plus to have the warp tool that will allow you to warp something that is not text. So this one, we're just going to go the pro, oops, over wrong side. Let's come back over here. The professor. Now I'm going to take these two and make a duplicate. If I fill these in with color, you see it's solid, right? So we're going to go to banner, edit, text around double circle. Oh, I spelled it wrong. I did the wrong one. Double circle. Okay. So it's like this. You select it, make it a compound path. It's a ring. Double click on it, bring it down. It's to the top of it. If you bring it in, and that's what was happening, you're like, okay, it's not going to the top. You probably moved it in too far. So you go to push it out, it's to the top. You push it in, it's going to come to, hold on, let me get it on there. There we go. That's to the top. You push it in. When you bring it down some, it's going to jump to the inside of it. So it's all in your position of it. You have to move your mouse around to get it to the position that you want it to be in. See that jump to the bottom one? This is on the top one. If you want it to pull away from the top, which let me delete these. Oops. You're going to use this slider. I'm going to click on the slider, move it up. That's going to move it away from the circle. Now, if you're trying to get anything inside of this small ring, your text has to be really, really small. Of course, you can't force bigger font into a smaller space. So if you want it to go inside, you just have to make it where it's a much smaller font. I'm going to select it all. And we're going to go over here to the text tool. I'm going to make this, let's just go 15. That's way too small. Let's go 30. We can probably go a little bit bigger than that. So let's go 50. All right, that might work in there. So 2 ways that this can work. You can put it on the top like this, right? And then you're going to double click and use the slider to bring it down inside. Or you can, it was on, hold on, let me pull. Okay, let me pull it back up. Okay, so now I'm going to bring it down to snap to the one on the inside. And on this one, I would push it up to get to the middle. So it really just depends on where it's at. As far as the middle here, I'm going to just take an S. Not sure if you're just wanting it to touch or what when it comes to this. So I'm just going to take an S here. Actually, let's go with that one. Put it in the middle. And if I overlap it, which we just did the same thing last week, now that I think about it, I just did the same exact technique last week in last week's live video. I'm just going to make it touch there. I'm going to right click and convert to path because I don't want that extra. Bring this where it's going to touch right there. Select it and weld it. Guess what? This can also be a logo. If I wanted to do a rebrand, Shakia the Professor, it's my S and it's now a logo. Very, very simple. Like you have to know how to design and how to utilize the tools to create a logo. If this was the look that you were going for, there's your logo. It was 2 circles, a compound path, an S, and weld. 4 steps. That was it. So you just have to know how to use the program. You guys focus on learning design. So I'm doing this one to really appease to you guys. So it's like, oh, I want to learn how to make this particular design. I want to learn to design this. But the key to designing is learning the graphic designing software you're in, learning what the tools do, learning graphic designing techniques. Knowing that to get a ring, to put an S in it to weld it, you have to make the 2, you have to make it a compound path. This is what my academy, this is what this platform is now about. It's not just showing you guys, okay, I made this today. It's, or just kind of going through it. You can watch it all day long. People watch my YouTube videos all day long and they still have to take my classes because they don't have a understanding. Or if I'm clicking on it, they don't understand why I'm clicking on it. If theirs doesn't end up exactly like mine, they don't know the steps. That happens in my classes. I'm going through it slowly, step by step, and they'll miss something. And it's something where I feel like, sometimes like they should know, like we've talked about make compound path. Even if you missed hearing me say it, if you know, okay, well, in order to get this open, I have to make it a compound path. They'll know to do that or how to move things. And then in class, what we do is we have them share their screen or we back up and go through it slow, step by step. I ask them, okay, did you do this? Did you do that? Oh, that's the step I missed. So you can watch YouTube videos. You can go to classes all day long. But if you don't try to understand the program and understand graphic designing techniques, you're going to always be at a disadvantage. All right, so she said I can show it. Let me go ahead and download this and let me open up remove.bg. Let's put this on this screen and go back over here. So let's go back and remove background. All right. We're going to go back. So I'm going to use remove.bg. I'm going to take the image she sent to me, drop it in here, and this should be the easiest way to remove it. Boom. Background's removed. And I personally I pay for mine so I can get a high resolution image. You can see the difference here. If you just do the free one, it's considered a preview image. It's only going to be 622 by 401, which may seem like it's still high, but it's going to blur out the face. When you pay for it, I'm going to be able to get this as a full resolution, 2048 pixels by 1322 pixels. So I'm just going to download this one. Oh, wait, I'm not logged in. So let me go back and log into my account. And upload image, cancel. So I'm able to just hit download. If you want to bring any part of it, you can do that also. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to go edit. And let's say I wanted, I'm going to go, oh, excuse me. All right. That has a blur. Okay, wait, that's original. Well, really is nothing there. I thought maybe if I wanted some of the white, but let's see. Erase, restore. There we go. So I'm going to go restore. Let's see. Undo. Okay, there we go. Erase, restore. So if I go to restore, I can always change my brush size. If I wanted to keep some of the snow, I could bring that back. And then erase the rest of this, or erase it in Silhouette Studio. So this might be, I'll probably keep this part, and then I want to erase the rest of it. So I want the snowbank, but I don't want the back part of it, right? So I'm going to leave it like that, and I'm going to download it. All right, so I'm going to drag this. Wait, it's not done. There we go. I'm going to drag this over into Silhouette Studio. I'm going to make it bigger. And then we're going to trace it. Take my threshold up. Trace and detach. In Silhouette Studio, you could do this right in there, but you would have to use your edit points. So I'm going to move this, delete the invisible box. So if I want to then remove the rest of this little piece, double click. I'm going to put my edit point here, take the rest of them up here and delete them, delete point, double click, bring, undo. Okay, it's fine. I'm going to bring this here. I'm going to bring this one down here. Oh, come on, Silhouette Studio. Stop acting crazy. Bring this down here. And so I would just add my points around here, change them to a curve point, because on this side it has more of a curve. So I'm going to make it a curve, make them corner points, click off, double click, and And now I could have done this entire thing from jump in Silhouette Studio. So if I wanted to not use remove.bg, I could take the original image and do these exact same thing in Silhouette Studio. So let me see, where's the original? This is the original. Here's another way to do this. I'm going to take a circle here, put it in the center. I'm going to make that circle the size of the globe. Okay, that's the size of the globe. I'm going to take a box for now and just kind of, I'm going to remove the snow part. So I'm just going to go to like here for now. I'm going to bring it down. I'm going to take my box and I'm going to weld them. Select the image and the shape I just welded, go over to modify and crop. So now I've cropped out everything else, and then I can go in with my edit points and fully trace around this part. Oh, it just takes patience. You cannot rush this. When people are designing and they're photoshopping images and removing stuff and they're creating flyers and menus with pictures of food and stuff, they're not clicking one button and having that just magically happen. They're going through with their pen tool and they're going around it to remove the background, remove whether it's a solid background, if they did it on a gray screen, a green screen, they're taking their pen tool in these design programs and going around it. The thing with crafters for me is I feel like a lot of crafters feel like things should come easy and it should just be a click of a button. They feel like doing this type of stuff is professional, but no matter if you are a professional or if you are a crafter, you have to know how to do things like this. You have to know how to use your tools. You have to be patient in order to make it do what you want it to do. If you don't take the time to learn it, it's going to seem like it's going to take forever, and you're going to be like, oh no, nobody, I'm not, it took me 2 hours to do that. I'm gonna have to charge them $100, where the process really is only a couple of minutes once you know what you're doing. So that's another way to remove it. I didn't have to use an external program and compromise the resolution. I was just able to remove the background using my edit points. So that's not something that's easily done in Silhouette Studio. You would have to literally modify every single letter. That is better in a program like Illustrator, Corel Draw, where they have where you can warp text to a shape. Silhouette Studio does not offer that. If you want to do that, you would have to manually adjust every single letter. Hello, big boy. How you doing? Hello, Lakeisha. How art thou? On the trace panel, what is the horseshoe icon for? It's magnetic trace. I never use it. It's a magnet, not a horseshoe. It's pointless. Let's see. Can you tell me is this part of your text effects video? What part of the text effects? Text effects, let me see if I have all of my examples. Like, I mean, text effects teaches you so many different things. Like it's a lot in there. How do you change the colors of a font that have an outline? You have to release compound path and then make the sections a compound path again to be able to change the colors. Hold on one second. Oh, wow. Thank you so much. I gave up so many times. I didn't know about the slide. I understand what step I missed. That slider is a game changer. Shakia showed me that slider last year. I liked how that S is in the center. Oh my gosh, 4 corners. Are you serious? You keep dropping them. Thank you so much. Oh, I feel so special. Am I affiliate for Silhouette yet? No, I am not, which is why my platform is slowly moving away from focusing so much. That's why I will not ever do another video as far as like me just showing stuff in it. I still do the live video because I know you guys like them, but I personally will not be doing any more just straight up designing videos publicly for Silhouette Studio, like in Silhouette Studio. I only do it in my academy. I have never asked questions because everything is so advanced. I'm just absorbing so much. Then I go in and I try. Then I get in over my head. Ask questions, especially in my group. You don't have to suffer alone. Just ask the questions. And the more information you have about it, the better. All right. No, because their program, you cannot use it. It is not a standalone program. You have to have the machine. And unfortunately, I was not on the list of people for them to try out their machine. So, nope, I've never looked at their machine. Hopefully, maybe somebody will send me one because there's not officially out yet. So, all right. So I saw one more up here. So she said, might be simple, but when to weld, group, or attach. So welding, weld things together. So you just saw there. In order for me to crop that, I use weld to make that one piece. In text, I would, if I'm going to cut it so that it is no gaps in the middle. You may weld to extend a shape. So if I go back here, so let's say I needed a longer drip run, right? But I don't want to stretch it out because now that changes the shape of this particular drip, right? So I would take these two, put them together, take this one, put it with it, and I wouldn't group it if I want that to be one. I would take that and I would weld it. Now, let's say I wanted to create drips of different colors. So I would go here and like put that one there. Let's take this one. I'm going to put it right there. So let's say I was doing something that's rainbow. I could either weld it and make it like rainbow with the gradient tool, or I can make this one pink, this one purple, this one blue. So to keep all of those colors, I have to group them. Attach is not something that is a part of Silhouette Studio. So there is no such thing as attach in Silhouette Studio. But that's what that does. So you would group it if you want them to have individual properties. You would weld it if you want them to be all as one. Probably do, but you know, it's okay. It's okay. The platform that I'm going to build will allow me to teach on any level. So in 7 years, they haven't reached out, and I've been doing amazing content and getting people to purchase their upgrades and all that. And in 7 years, they have not reached out. So it's okay. I'm no longer a crafter who uses this, and I was just sharing as a crafter. I have a full-on business that could, you know, if I had the backing to create my own machine, knowing what I know, I could blow them out of the water with the things that I know and I would know to put into a design program and put into a cutting machine. In 7 years, they have not. So I'm not even worried about it anymore. I'm going to focus on building the brand that is I, and the 365 brand and everything that comes with it, and the Honestly Speaking brand and all of the different branches from that. And, you know, I'm no longer, I've grown past just being Silaholics Anonymous and being associated with just, or, you know, the thought of it just being with silhouettes. Like I said, I will not be adding any new content as far as pre-recorded and designs. The only thing that I will have is my Monday design sessions, and that's all the information that I like. there's years and years and years and years and years and years and years of content there. You guys just have to watch it. I still, as a person or just someone who uses it, like I'm about to go and design. Like I'm about to finish up some stuff for a party. So I'm still going to use it because I'm still one that makes custom items and stuff like that. So I'm still very much so going to use Silhouette Studio. I still teach it in my academy, but I will not be doing any free public videos anymore. Just my live Q&A on Mondays for Silhouette Studio. I swear, if you did a Kickstart for your own machine, we would support. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Miss Burrell, for the super sticker. I appreciate the support, guys. I really, 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 really do. All right, we are at an hour. I know I was a little bit late because I had to do some stuff on the back end, but we are at an hour, guys. So that wraps up today's session. I have so much to do for this party on Saturday, so I'm about to get to getting. I have to gather my thoughts first. And then I'll probably be live with my academy members while they watch me go and like finish up these designs. I will be live on the Honestly Speaking platform, doing the cutouts for the centerpieces at some point this week and some of the elements. But if you remember, you're going to get to see behind the scenes from designing it, me putting everything together, when I go to set up the event, all that. So those who are event enthusiasts, if you're part of the membership, you'll get to see all of that because this party's on Saturday. It is on Saturday. Didn't mean to click on that one. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You're welcome. And thank you. All right. Yep. I'm doing some toppers too. Thank you. You as well. All right, y'all. Well, thank you guys so very much for joining me today. Don't forget to visit our website, shop.silaholics.com for all of your print needs as far as ink and paper. We actually I don't know, I think the ink that's coming though might be the ones for our pre-fill cartridges. I don't know if it's the ones that I don't think it's our actual bottles yet, but I will be going to Walmart to get another eco tank to test the formula that we have that I don't like. If you're in the South Florida area and you're looking for a Sublimation printer, I'm going to have one fully. I hate the word converted, but we're going to have one that's fully converted because I'm about to go to Walmart to put the other ink that we got that doesn't match our formula exactly. But for, like I said, for eco tanks, the color is never going to be spot on. So I just want to see the difference between what comes out of the eco tank with the ink we already have and then putting this new one in there. So hopefully we'll have ink on the site, especially if you have an eco tank printer, we'll have ink on the site this week. Okay. Because I'm only doing them on Mondays and it's no longer like just a random Q&A where there's a bunch of dead space, these will stay up. So that was a way for me to kind of leave the live videos up and then like me going to the title, like what they call them, banners, and I can put what it was. So these will stay up. This was my compromise since I'm not doing live videos. Before I was doing live videos almost every single day. It was kind of pointless to leave them up. But since I'm only doing design or silhouette videos or from Silaholics Anonymous on Mondays at 9 a.m., this will stay up. Okay. You guys don't have to worry about live staying up if y'all join the membership. Actually, that's the reason why we also kind of took them down to kind of force y'all to join the membership and with the lives and stuff. But I didn't like that idea to kind of do a live and then to get the replay to have to pay to watch it. I don't really like that idea, but my team has like been on me about doing that. So Monday's the only time I go live. So for Silhouette Studio. All right, y'all, I got to get to work. I got to get to Wally World and all that kind of good jazz. I was trying to wait. I think they don't open until 11. I want some shrimp and grits. And thanks to Four Corners, Miss Burrell, they probably have paid for my shrimp and grits, child. I'm about to go get me some shrimp and grits. Let me see when World Famous opens. World Famous. I'm not sure if it's 10. They don't open until 11. So that gives me time to run into Wally World and then go get me, drop my phone, then go get me a shrimp and grits. But thank you guys again. I shall talk to you guys later. Until next time, have a great one. Continue to unlock your creativity and be incredible. Peace.